Hello and welcome to this masterclass. We're going to talk today about the three golden rules to selling packages your clients can't wait to say yes to. So it's really kind of important for anyone working within any one-on-one service provider or within the coaching industry, nutritionists, hypnotherapists, anyone, copywriters, marketers, anyone who is providing that one-on-one service. So important to package up our services in a way that our clients can really understand and can't wait to say yes to. So today that's what we're going to talk about. So we are going to cover why packages work to sell your offers. So why they work much better than just kind of telling people your services, the different ways to create packages. So there are different ways that you can package up your services, and it can depend on your business. There's different ways of doing it depending on who you're talking to and what your business is. And we're also going to talk about what to put with your packages in order to boost conversion. So just having packages by themselves is great, but we also want to put around your packages some sales psychology, which is going to really help people understand which package is for them and make them want to click that button if the package is right. So we're going to talk about that as well. So my name is Elle. I teach coaches, I teach marketers, I teach one-on-one service providers how to write words that sell their offers, all backed by sales psychology. So my background is in psychology and public relations. So that's where I started. And then over the years, I kind of worked in lots of different aspects of marketing in creative agencies and design agencies, always kind of making sure that I kept a hand in the writing side of things. I then went on maternity leave and had what I believe should be called a mum life crisis, where I just did not want to go back to employment. So I kind of started content writing. So after a few years of content writing, so content writing is more those kind of blogs, social media posts, that kind of thing. That's content, whereas copy is talking more around the kind of point of conversion. So that's sales pages, email sequences, that kind of thing. I moved more into copywriting and I realized, wow, really what we're trying to do here is sell in a non kind of sleazy way using words. And in order to do that, we need to have a grasp on psychology, on what makes people make decisions, on what makes people object to clicking buttons. All that information around the sales psychology is so important. So I really kind of was able to then bring in the psychology learnings that I had done many years before, apply them to my words, and that's what I teach as a kind of my specific style of copywriting. Really does use a lot of that sales psychology. So we're going to talk about that today. And if you were to go on kind of any of my socials, on YouTube, on Instagram, I am always talking about sales psychology. It's so important. And I think people kind of shy away from sales because it can be seen as sleazy, and it has a bad reputation. But we do need to market and sell our offers in a way that encourages the right people to click the button. So it's just important to know these kind of tips and tricks of the trade so that you can start weaving them in when you're writing for your business as well. So why do we need packages? So if you are on a website and you're thinking of working with someone and you are presented with a list of what they do. So say you're a coach and you are given a list of, okay, so I do NLP, I also weave in a little bit of talk therapy, and I might even do some Reiki, and you just get a list of services that you provide. It's really then hard for your reader to decide what it is they need or want. They become confused, they become overwhelmed. Well, how do I know? I know what I want to achieve, but I don't know whether I need LLP. I don't know if I need Reiki. So the reason we do packages is it negates confusion and overwhelm. It helps people understand, okay, this is how this person is going to get me from A to B. And it's much easier to sell and deliver a transformation when you're selling a package. Like, instead of just saying, this is what I do, or this is the how, you're actually talking about the why. Like, you're talking about, okay, this is how you're going to get the outcome you want, the dream outcome. It's a lot easier to talk about it, and it's a lot easier to actually deliver it as well, rather than just providing kind of one-off sessions or individual services. Like we've touched on, it makes your marketing a lot easier. It's a lot easier to go on Instagram and talk about one of your packages, or talks about the inclusions, or talk about the benefits or the outcomes of your package. Or it's a lot easier to, in your proposals, to talk about the package that you think is more suitable for what your client needs, rather than trying to talk about services individually. It can make your marketing a lot easier. And also it attracts the right type of client to your business. It's not, if you can sell packages, you know that your client is committed, they're ready to make a change, they know what outcome they want, rather than the people that are going to book one-off sessions, which is not good for cash flow and is not good for creating that transformation. So if you really want to kind of help people and create that transformation, actually packages are a much easier way of doing that for people. So those are the main reasons that we need packages. There's lots of different reasons, but I would always recommend, or whoever I'm working with as a service provider, package up your services. Sometimes it's called productizing your services. So you're almost creating a product out of what you do. It just makes it so much more easier to sell. It attracts the right types of clients, and it helps you deliver that transformation, which is, of course, what we all want to do. So there are 3 ways to package your coaching offers. So there are lots of ways, but today I'm going to talk about the 3 main ways. The first one is time or price, which is probably the one you're most familiar with. The second one is problem or outcome. And the third one is business or life stage. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through each of these 3 different types. And I'm going to provide you as well with some examples so that you can kind of start to think about how it might work for your own business and what package type you think is best suited to what you do. So the first type is price or time. So we're all familiar, specifically in the coaching industry, with time or time-priced packages. So this is the most common way that you might see. So you might do 1 hour intensive, a 3-month package, a 6-month package, a 12-month package. And within those you get, say, an hour a month for 3 months, an hour a month for 6 months. So it works that way. The other way to kind of do it is with inclusions. So you might have a package that has 1 hour one-on-one coaching per month plus PDF resources. You might have another package that's 2 hours one-on-one a month plus a group session plus PDF or online resources. And you might have a package that's 2 hours one-on-one coaching per month, a group session, resources, and WhatsApp access to you anytime. So you can kind of see how the level of your time is increasing with each package, and therefore the price would increase. So that's a kind of traditional way of doing it. So let's have a look at some examples from around different types of coaching that show these packages. So the first one is Jason Korn's. Now, this is a very traditional looking website. It's very kind of corporate. We've got a photo of him in his suit. So it may not kind of resonate for you in terms of what your coaching is like. But I just want to kind of show you this really traditional 3-tier approach to packaging up services based on time. So 3 months business coaching, 6 months business coaching, 12 months. The pricing kind of is ascending in order, and you can kind of book your discovery meeting from these. So it's very traditional. Now, I would say with all of these examples, people tend to do packages in 3s. The reason we do that is because of the rule of 3 in terms of overwhelm and memory for the human brain. We tend to remember things, we tend to recite things, we tend to be able to hold information in 3s. So 3 packages works really well, but that's very much that traditional pricing structure package. The next one I want to show you is Hannah Gordon, who is a hypnotherapist. So she has this kind of initial consultation, which is 1 hour, a 1 hour hypnotherapy session, and then a block of 5. And those are the kind of options, other than she does a kind of different offer, which is a group. So very simple, either this 1 hour or a block of 5 sessions. So that kind of keeps it very specific and niche. And the third example I just want to show you is this business academy. So here they have this Elevate experience, which is 6 months high level mentoring. Here we have the Elevate intensive, which is 1 month. And here we have 1 month Telegram support. So interestingly here, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit later on, is they haven't done the packages in ascending order. So they haven't gone from the 1 month Telegram support, which is kind of the lowest touch package, up to 1 month high level strategy, up to 6 months. They've done it the other way around, and the psychology behind that. But it's interesting to point out, but they've still kind of used this idea of the price or the time-based packages. Okay, so those are time or price-based package examples. So the next package we're going to talk about is the problem or the outcome package. So this is where we think about where your client is right now or where they want to be, and we create a package that gets them there. So an example of a problem for B2C. So if your coaching is directly to consumers or to the kind of general public, in a kind of easier way of saying it, you might have a package that's called Stuck in a Rut, or you might have a package that's called Exhausted and Burnt Out, or you might have a package that's called Low Self-Confidence. So you can really see how someone would say, yeah, that's me. I'm stuck in a rut. That's the package I need. Or, I really need to kind of work on my confidence. That's the package I need. So that is one way, and those are problem-based packages. The other way of doing it, an example would be outcome-based. So this is an example for B2B. So if you work business to business, could be a productivity package, so increase your productivity, or resilience to change package. So these are specifically more for group coaching. So if you go into businesses, into corporates, and do group coaching, you might have a package that increases the productivity of the group or team. You might have a package that helps them get over change. You might have a package that helps enhance collaboration and teamwork. So you can see how those are outcome-based packages. But there's just a different way of packaging up so people can say, yes, that's what my team needs. So let's look at some examples of problem or outcome-based packages. Okay, so these packages are by the wellness coach, and she has used outcome-based packages. So here, this one is called Nourish to Flourish. So this program is for you if you feel like you want to start with the fundamentals of making happier mind and body and soul choices. Her next package is called the Surviving to Thriving package. And this is if you're constantly rushing around, running late, distracted and stressed, this is the package for you. And her third package is the I Am Superwoman program. So this is more of a signature program, high touch for high functioning, high achievers who operate like Superwoman, but need to restore and recharge their powers. So you can see how she has used outcome-based packages in order to help people navigate what it is they want from her. The next one I'm going to talk about is Ben Monday. So he is a coach for in corporates. So he has some packages here: leadership at work, self-leadership in life, and then his kind of group or training workshops. So here you can really see he's used problem-based. So ever heard yourself say, my work life demands a lot from me, I'm stretched, feel alone, and finding support and understanding my needs is hard. So if you feel like that and it's to do with leadership at work, you're going to know this is me. His second package is I don't know how to prioritize and or switch off. It's affecting my health, my well-being, and my relationships. If you're like, that is me, that is my problem, you're obviously going to click this one. And then this is more for the kind of corporate trainings. I feel a bit lost. I don't know what I want from life. Something's not right. And I want to align my thoughts and actions. So that would be the one for me. So here you can see how he's gone for the problem-based packages where someone can identify what it is they want based on the problem they have. And the last example I'm going to show you today is from Heart in the Moment. So she has one-on-one coaching care packages. This one is called Calm and Confident, De-stress and Stop Being So Hard on Yourself. This one is called Break Free and Begin, Get Out of Your Own Way. This one is called Deep Dive and Discern, Rewrite Old Stories About Who You Are and Aren't. So here again, it's self-identify. It's, yes, this is what I want, and this is the problem I have. She's kind of combined the problem and the outcome here. And then you click to learn more based on the one you want. So those are some examples of some problem or outcome-based packages. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the third type of package that I want to talk about, which is business or life stage. So we would package our services using this method if you want to move your client on a journey from one package to the next. So use an ascension model, and you can use an ascension model for any of the ones I've talked about. So, quite often if someone, say we're talking about the time-based package, if someone has booked a 1 hour session, you maybe would if they've got a really good outcome from it, they maybe would then go on to book 5 sessions afterwards, and then maybe a 6-month coaching package with you. So that is still an ascension model. Same with the problem or outcome based. Someone might start with a specific problem, and once you've helped them with them, you kind of move them up to a different. So ascension model works for all these packages. However, I did want to talk about one particularly it works well for is business or life stage. So this is, say, example of a business stage where you might create packages is if someone has got a side hustle. So you're a coach that helps them kind of make the best out of their side hustle and make money from their side hustle. The next business stage would be slowly growing. So they've gone from a side hustle to going all in on their business, and then you helping them grow. And then the next package is world domination. So you're actually really helping them kind of thrive, really go for it, and kind of make their millions. And you can kind of see how they would then work with you through those different packages. The other side I want to talk to you about is a life stage. So if someone, for example, is trying to get pregnant, you may be a fertility coach who is helping them kind of try to get pregnant with those mindset shifts and that kind of thing. You then maybe would help a coaching package which helps them through the kind of pregnancy and birth side, and then maybe navigating motherhood. Maybe if you are kind of a nutritional coach or a yoga, that kind of thing, you could really see how these packages would work in terms of kind of taking people on that journey in those stages. So let's talk about, or have a look at some examples of business or life stage packages. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples of business or life stage. So this is a life stage package. So here, this is a fertility coach. So she's talking about coaching through trying to conceive naturally or through IVF. So that's her first package for that. And then she's also got a package for coaching during pregnancy. So the kind of, I mean, you could have the packages individually, of course, that's still based on life stage. But you also could kind of use one package and then move on to her pregnancy package once you had got pregnant. So that's an example of a life stage coaching package. This is more of a business one. So let's just get rid of that. So this is depending on your business stage. This is the starter pack. So perfect for small businesses with very few transactions. This is actually an accountant. It's not a coaching, I will say, but you can see how it can apply to coaching businesses. And the next one is suitable for small business, so it's a little bit more support. This one is for most businesses, so a bit more kind of established, and this is one maximum service with premium for that bigger business. So that's more of a business stage package model, and you can see they've got 4 packages here. I think because it's such a simplistic approach, I don't mind so much this 4, but I would recommend when you are packaging, try and stick to 3. And the last one I just wanted to show you was a lady called Susie, who runs Mothers of Enterprise. And she's got a package this is a different package. So this is a 1-hour intensive private online coaching. So you can kind of see how someone might do that first. And then she's got her Dream Business School, which is for women who, this is for the kind of more just starting out. So it's a kind of 5-month program, and it's more for that solid business foundation she's got here. And then her next package along is 6-month private online coaching program. So that's for more of the established business. So again, she hasn't put them in ascending order, which is great, and we'll talk about that. But that's just how you can kind of use coaching packages depending on the level that the person's business is in. Okay, so those are some examples of how you can package up using business or life stage. So you've got your 3 package ideas here. You either do time and price, you do problem or outcome, or you do business or life stage. So, and it can kind of take a bit of working through. If you do want some advice from me, I would go with problem or outcome based anytime. And I will kind of touch on that as we talk about the sales psychology. But there's no right or wrong, whatever works for your business. It's just a case of having a package or having packages rather than not. Okay, so you got your packages. Now, how do you go about selling them? So the answer is with some simple sales psychology. So we can put sales psychology around our packages, around how we talk about our packages in order to sell them. So always when you're talking about your packages, don't just include the inclusions. Don't just talk about, okay, this is what you get. We need to talk about the wins, the benefits, and the outcomes. And we've seen that in some of our examples. So use benefit-led titles for your packages. Talk about the benefit or the outcome they're going to get. Use future pacing in the descriptions, which is where you help people visualize the future. So you help them understand, imagine if, you might start the sentence with, and help them put themselves in that place where they have already achieved the outcome they want. Use that future pacing in your packages, and also use the so what, so that rule. So whenever you talk about anything that is included in your packages or what they can expect from your packages, always ask yourself at the end of that sentence, have I said so what, so that? Have I said you can get this, so this is why you need it, so that you can? So it's the why and then the outcome. You always need to be finishing off your sentence is asking yourself the so what and the so that rule. So I just want to kind of show you a really quick example, going back to the examples we've already shared, of how this idea of talking about wins, benefits, and outcomes can look in the packages. Okay, so here I just want to share with the wellness coach who we saw earlier on, how she has used wins, outcomes, and benefits in her packages to talk about the packages. So first of all, the titles of the packages are based on outcomes, so Nourish to Flourish, Surviving to Thriving. And also she's really kind of honed in on how you'll feel. So instead of just, yes, we've got inclusions, but instead of just being inclusions, she's talked about this is how you feel right now, and this is how you'll feel afterwards. So it's really making sure people understand how they're going to get from here to here and what the outcomes, the benefits, and the wins of the packages are. Okay, so the next sales psychology tip or technique we're going to talk about is price anchoring. So I did kind of touch on this earlier on. So psychologists have found that the first piece of information we are introduced to has a big impact on the decision we then go on to make. So in other words, we can anchor our comparisons when deciding whether to click or buy against the first thing we read. So you can imagine how this works when presenting packages. So if you're presenting packages from low to high, your first package is a lower price, your next package is a higher price, and your next package after that is the highest price. If we're thinking about the anchoring principle, we are therefore anchored to that lower price, and then everything we're comparing to after seems more and more expensive. So what we can do is position our packages in a way that helps people anchor to, say, for example, you kind of want to promote people to use your kind of higher price package. You might then put that at the start. So then people are kind of anchored to that price, and then they're seeing the middle, the medium, and the low package next to it. And then they're not kind of so shocked as kind of pricing goes up. So that's how you might use anchoring as a way to kind of help boost conversions for your packages. Okay, so let's have a quick look at an example of how to use price anchoring. So we looked at it before. This is the kind of Lighthouse Business Academy. So you can see how they've got the 6-month high level mentoring here first, and then the 1-month level, and then the 1-month Telegram. So she hasn't actually got prices here. You'd have to imagine that these would each come with prices, and therefore you're kind of anchored to that 6-month high level mentoring first, and then the kind of the prices for the others are then proportionate to what you've just seen. So that's one way to use price anchoring in your packages rather than always going from low to high. It won't work for every business. It might not be suitable for yours, but it's just something to bear in mind in terms of pricing psychology. Okay, so yeah, using price anchoring is a really kind of important tool just to have in the back of your mind. It's just something that can kind of really help you. It might not work for your business, but it's a really important tool, and it's good just to kind of have that principle in the back of your mind. So the last one I am going to talk about is address and bust objections within your packages. So think of all the reasons your client might say no, and then use them as FAQs under your packages. So people quite often will put FAQs on their own page away from the point of conversion. But actually, when someone's about to book one of your packages, they are at the point of conversion, and they may just have those little tiny little niggling questions. If you can answer them on FAQs on your packaging page, that's great. So show them your understanding, that you know what they're thinking, that you can gain their trust, and that you can get them the outcome they desire by including FAQs as objection busting near your packages. So let's look at an example of how this works in real life. So that's how to use FAQs as a way to bust objections near your packages. Okay, and I lied before. We do have another, I said that was the last one, but we do have one more. So the last simple sales psychology technique I want to talk to you about is the rule of relativity. So this is how we make decisions. So from what you decided to wear this morning to what you decided to eat for dinner yesterday, we make decisions by comparing to our past experiences. So we can help ease confusion and mental load by doing the comparison of your packages for your clients. So rather than kind of just saying, this is what you get, you decide what you want, you can kind of give people this comparison chart, which helps them really kind of understand which one they should choose and what's the right one for me. And that helps them make the decision a lot easier. So let's look at an example of someone who has used comparison charts to help make decisions with their packages. Okay, so we are back to this one, which is packages we have seen before by the Lighthouse Business Academy. So right below all the packages, so they've got all their packages listed on this page. And then right at the end, they've got this comparison chart, which shows exactly what you get within each of the packages. So you can really understand exactly where this kind of pricing structure comes from. And again, you can see here how they've anchored the price from high to low. But it really makes it easy for you to say, okay, this is what I get in this one, this is what I get in this one, and then make that decision as to which package is right for you. Okay, so that was our last sales psychology tip, drawing on the decision-making rule of relativity near your packages. Hopefully that has got you thinking about how to create packages and how important creating the right package in the right way is to sell your business and to make marketing and selling your packages and services so much easier. So if you're a service business, whether you're right down to beauticians and hairdressers who do packages really well, through to coaches, nutritionists, hypnotherapists, who sometimes we don't think so strategically about our packages. Either way, as a service business, it's so important to create packages that sell your sizzle and that your clients can't wait to say yes to. So if you want some help in that department, I am here for you. So if you have a course, a program, a membership, and want psychology-backed copywriter to write your sales page and emails for you, I can do that. Or if you want me to help create packages for your clients that they cannot wait to say yes to, I'm here for that as well. So either way, I work with a whole spectrum of service business to create copy and marketing for them using psychology principles, which really makes it high converting. So you can email me at eleanor@23wisewords.com and we can have a chat. Hope to see you soon.